in the cold, and a lot of these things I'm probably gonna have a I'm gonna do uploads on. These are gonna be like Edwards talks where I condense them a lot more. In part, me having a cold, like I said, but I want to take about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. It's probably gonna be more, but it's not gonna be too much because I got food in front of me. I done basically had a battery recharge day. Been a good day, but I do want to talk something real quick. And I was listening to a video, and the guy that was being talked about was a guy that really promotes self-improvement. Now, let me say this. I got my guys that I think are great when it comes to self-improvement. I think Stephen Cole does a very good job when it comes to speaking to the younger generation in particular. Um, when it comes to fitness, really making that shit cool. I mean, it's not like you got to really make that cool, but he's done a good job promoting that as well as bringing Red Pill commentary into that. Shout out to Stephen Cole and been very successful with that. I think obviously Ron Wills is very good at doing that as well. As far as he does a lot of YouTube. He has quite a few YouTube channels and speaks on just good life advice. Then you got obviously shout out to Glenn and Cameron. I even think Jason Black is really good on certain things. It's just Jason Black has this WWE approach. So you got guys out there that are doing the work, but you got a lot more grifters. You got dudes like fucking Hafiz. And by the way, there's other names I could name. I could even name certain sisters, real talk. But you have certain dudes like Hafiz and others that they're grit. They think they you're not helping people self improve. What you're essentially doing is you all see the manosphere as a mark. You see a manosphere as a place that has a gathering of a lot of black men. This ain't about Hafiz, but I'll give you an example of a lot of black men. And when black men aren't doing what the fuck you want them to do because you ain't that nigga like you think you are, then all of a sudden you get mad and say the problem is not me, the problem is the space. The problem is that nobody gives a fuck about me. The problem is the space is bad. And then so niggas start trying to say certain shit like motherfuckers are in prison, shit like that, and then try to make that sound like it's the whole space. Now, one of the things this guy said that was really egregious is he tried to use Kevin Samuels' name. And he shitted on Kevin by basically saying that Kevin didn't have no money when I met him. Then turn around, and I'm riding along with the nigga. Then turn around and then say he used to be on the phone for hours, which I'm like, as many people as Kevin talked to, I'm like wondering why your ass would be one of these people. But anyway, let's assume all that is true. So you shit on Kevin by saying Kevin didn't have no fucking money before he got big, which is the only reason why he big is because he on YouTube. So that really shits on Kevin, which basically shits on his credibility. Then you turn around and then insinuate that you a nigga that had his ear, like you want to act like you did. Then you turn around and then try to use Kevin's name that you shitted on in order to then say that the whole manosphere is like these niggas are bummed, these niggas ain't going nowhere. So let's assume which basically puts me in a position where it's almost gonna sound like I'm throwing Kevin under the bus in order to defend the space. This is what hoe ass motherfuckers do. This is what pillow talking. These niggas remind me of the nigga that these are the niggas that would tell the bitch you cheating on them because they friends with the bitch. And every nigga is wondering why is this nigga around? Like who the fuck vouch for this? Because you know this nigga is a low key snitch. But these niggas always around. It's like nobody knows what this nigga is around. And this nigga know every bitch. It's like every bitch that looks good. You know, nigga in high school that was around every bitch that was at high school. These niggas don't necessarily talk gay, but they they heterosexual dudes. But these are these niggas that would go around snitching on niggas. This like as a way of building rapport or some shit. And that's the same bullshit. That's the same bullshit. And so my thing is, at the end of the day, Kevin's no longer with us. Kevin died early. Kevin was another statistic in the realm of a black man not being able to live his full life. And it ain't just Kevin. Sinful to P, David Carroll, a lot of dudes. Alan Roger Curry. And it's unfortunate. But Most of the manosphere is not bums. That's some shit. That shit tells me you don't even know who the fuck is making videos or know who the fuck is listening to the videos. And most of them, and pretty much every motherfucker that's come at this dude is doing way better than this dude. And in every metric, quality of life metric. For those of y'all don't know, quality of life is money, health, relationships, and time freedom. Money plus time is pretty much wealth. That's why they say health, wealth, and relationships as far as the bigger niches in like internet marketing, what people pay attention to. And the thing is, you know, you hear these niggas talk, you hear what these niggas, and by the way, I didn't listen to this nigga directly. I listened to this nigga through another nigga that was playing the shit that was being said. But y'all niggas are a lot of y'all are fucking scammers. A lot of y'all are fucking scammers. That's just what it is. If it ain't no money in it, y'all don't really care about it. That's really what's going on here. And what really gets on my nerves is how y'all basically turn into bitches and start saying the same shit as bitches. Niggas in jail. Niggas ain't doing shit. Niggas are bombs. Because you can't extract out of the space that you think you deserve. I would argue that a good amount of black dudes in this space are doing way better than yo dumbass. I know I am. And the thing is, you got a lot of these niggas that they get mad and they want to shit on the space like hoes. At the end of the day, the space will be here when you're doing that. The space will be here when you're gone. Everybody was saying the space is dying. No, you notice how you ain't hearing that no more. Now it goes from the space is dead to, oh, you let a white bitch run the space. Like, it's always some little rock throwing shit. Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers on the outside looking in. Like, straight up. Like, at the end of the day. And it's also this, but that's not even the main thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to self-improvement. Let me tell you why a lot of these niggas, the way they project, just like game, the way they project self-improvement is a scam. The way they project it is a scam. Number one, the black manosphere was not created for self-improvement. That is not what the fuck it was created for. Anybody wants to say different, fuck you, go to hell. I don't give a fuck about what you say. 1.0 was not created for the purposes of fucking self-improvement. This was not a self-improvement niche. This shit was created as a mechanism to say what the fuck is going on with the relation, the gender dynamics in the community, and why a lot of folks that were quote unquote pro-black came into space to realize why does the pro-black shit not work. And it's because shit is being repeated as almost like Zion, where the loop is being repeated over. Where you start getting you deal with some shit, you start dealing with being pro-black, and then what happens is the pro-black niggas start lying to the next generation of black men as they become boys to men in order to protect the community, which at the end of the day just keeps it from the women not being accountable. And then shout out to Jesse Veal. Jesse Veal said, and he's absolutely right, every generation has to relearn shit because the previous generation turns into fucking coons and they start lying for the women. Cooning ain't just kissing the white man's ass. When you choose not to hold women accountable for their part, and this is why I say fuck holding them accountable, just tell them to date out. Because that way we can't play the game about what black men ain't doing if you got to date out. That's why I tell y'all to tell them to date out. That way they can remove black men from the equation and let's see what happens. Which is going to be the same bullshit, if not worse. And then that way they can't run and blame black men. Even when these bitches are dating outside their race, they still find a way to say it's black men's fault that they had to do that in the first place. Imagine if a black man dated a white woman and then turn it around. If he don't have that relationship with the white woman don't work out. Imagine Donovan Sharp, if he had an issue with Devin and they broke up and he said, I say Donovan because you know Donovan, and don't give a fuck. But imagine if Donovan said, I had to date out because black women ain't shit. You know how many people would come out and try to roast his ass for that? But that's essentially what black men, Karazin's done that, all of them have done that. So my point is, that's not what this space was built for. And that was explained to a lot of the people that say, what this space was built for was really to understand the environment that black men are in from top down and then say, number one, is it worth it to invest in the environment or do what's in your best interest? That's what the space was built to understand. There's other stuff too, but that was one of the major pieces. It was not a self-improvement space. Now, people came in here and said there's things that can be done with networking and stuff like that for that purpose, but that wasn't the reason the space was created, and that hasn't been one of the main things that been in the space. Because quite frankly, most people that are in the self-improvement niche, why, if you're in the self-improvement niche, there's certain things that don't even need to be addressed. It really isn't. But also the other part too is, nigga, it's not, oh, well, you don't have a nigga. Like, let's say Jason Black, for example. Jason Black says he gets women. Let's assume that's true. I have no reason to think that's not true. So if he gets women and he has money, he gets women, he has money, why is he not married? Why doesn't he have a kid? And he's like, what, 44, 45? Explain that shit to me. And Jason Black does talk about self-improvement. I'm not talking about him, but he does. Explain that shit to me. Because it ain't about money. Will Smith should have proved to you that. Will Smith should have proved to you that. It ain't about money. It ain't about all, even dudes that have certain looks. They still got to deal with child support and shit. Or the women using the law. Let's stop acting like niggas that women like how they look and they're 8s, 9s, or 10s. That these chicks don't be trying to put these dudes on child support or some shit like that. Let's stop that. Let's stop playing that game. And so my point is not of the self-improvement shit. Yeah, will that create better outcomes for you? Sure. But the reality is we have a culture problem, and self-improvement doesn't address that. Self-improvement doesn't address that. That's another thing too. The black manosphere speaks on more of a macro situation. Now, self-improvement is inherently a micro situation. When I say micro, I mean macroeconomics, microeconomics. Microeconomics deal with the individual and more localized individual factors versus micro. For instance, with the housing market, every housing market is its own thing versus the national interest rate that goes up and goes down that these banks pull loans from. That's a macro situation. The dollar, which is why they're doing it, is a macro situation when it comes to real estate. You get it? So it's the same thing with individual. Self-improvement is a micro situation. That is with the individual. That's not the argument we're having, which is why when people ask me about that shit, what do I tell you? I tell you black women can pick whoever they want to pick for whatever reason. That's what I tell you. I don't sit there and it be like, you need to do this, do that. That's not where I argue the argument because that's a micro argument versus a macro argument. Y'all are too, some of y'all want to act like y'all college educated, but y'all are too fucking stupid to understand that shit. So what y'all sit here and do is y'all sit here and y'all try to take what y'all want to do and project that onto the space and then say the space is just full of bums and this because they not acquiescing what the fuck you want to talk about. When Ron Wills, for instance, and I fuck with Ron Wills. Ron Wills is not what I'm talking about, but I'm going to give you an example of the good version versus the bad version. Ron Wills is really talking to the individual. The way he makes his videos, it's talking about the individual. Now, granted, he may say black men and black women in a generality, but he's really talking about the individual. He's talking about what the individual can do, advice from an individual standpoint. He doesn't really talk about black people, the black community. Every once in a while he will, but for the most part he doesn't. Same thing, Glennon kind of does both. He goes back and forth, depending on what the situation it is. But the reality is that that's not what these people are doing. What they say, well, black men ain't shit. Nigga, these bitches don't want the niggas that are about some shit. It ain't like if you get to a certain amount of money, like 150,000, all of a sudden every black woman, the best look. That's not how that works. They don't even acquiesce to you like they acquiesce to a broke-ass white dude. It's a culture thing, and that's what we do. That's what we speak on. We do not speak on that. Now, granted, do some people get into those arguments, those conversations sometimes? Sure. But that's not primarily what this space is about. I'm not here to tell you what it is about. What I'm here to say is when you all are having issues from a marketing standpoint, that's why it doesn't resonate, which is one of the reasons you don't really see me bring the affiliate marketing thing in this space like that. Of course he's going to call. I mean, like I said, Jason Black, when it comes to that shit, when you start saying shit like that, you like this is what I. You know what? If I was on a phone call, with Jason, you know what I would tell Jason? I would say if you're gonna go out of your way to call niggas predators, you might as well call nigga. Why you stop it? This is the argument I would make to Jason, assuming what you said is true. If I were to call in to Jason and he said, "You got something to say?" I said, "Yeah, I got something to say." Why is it that you? I don't think you go far enough, Jason. I don't think you go far enough. If you're gonna call Passport Bros predators, and I'm not here to defend that, because once you start getting into that type of shit, you ain't nothing to say. If you gonna do that, why don't we don't go far enough? Why don't we say that any black man that dates outside of his race is a predator? Let's say that. Any black man that dates younger women, any black man that dates a woman that's, let's say 10 years, that's over 10 years younger than him is a predator. Because honestly, you would actually have a better argument for saying the 10-year thing than you do a nigga getting a passport. Do you realize that you're calling military men predators? Do you it's goofy? You might as well say that. Let's say any black man that dates a light-skinned woman or a mestizo, as Hammer wants to say, is a predator. Let's cut the bullshit and go all the way. Let's go all the way. Let's stop playing and let's stop being bitch made and go all the way. Let's go all the way. Fuck that. Don't sit there. That's why predators. Let's just go, because this is how ridiculous you dudes are. Like, for real. Yeah, man, you're a predator. You're a predator. You're a predator. Nigga, you're literally using white supremacy talking point. You know what makes it funny? So by definition, if you go to Africa, you must be a predator too. You must be a predator. Because apparently all the black women are either in Africa or they're in America. They're nowhere else. I'm not talking about all men in trouble. I'm just talking about you niggas. Nigga, Passport Bros at the end of the day is a fucking hashtag, my nigga. Everybody, folks have different opinions, just like how the pro-black community is diverse. And at this point, the thing is, what you need to understand, and I'm going to say this just like that, and I'm going to leave it alone. When you hear niggas say shit like that, that's fear. That's what that is. That's fear. That's fear of influence slipping. That's what that is. At the end of the fucking day, I would love for Jason Black to call Jabril a predator. That's all. That's fear. Just like when these bitches keep talking about how lame these niggas are predators. If they're you know what? If they're predators, then you should be happy they're leaving your community. Now here's the thing, and I'm not trying to shit on stepfathers, but the majority of quote unquote predators in the black community typically are dudes that end up being stepfathers. Because that gives you access. If you're a predator, why in the fuck would you go? Like anybody that's ever studied, nigga, Evan Peters just won an award for Jeffrey Dahmer. Anybody that has ever really, if you've looked at any documentary on serial killers, on predators, on child molesters, what do they all have in common? Put it in the chat. What do they all have in common? Give me some examples. I have an answer, but I'm curious. What do they all have in common? So by the way, if Donovan, I don't know if that's really true about Donovan, that gives Donovan even more of a right to talk shit about sisters than really a lot of motherfuckers that ain't married a black woman. That pretty much vindicates Donovan, honestly. No, it's not stepfather. It's because most serial killers aren't stepfathers. It's environment. They stick with their environment. That's the fucking different commonality. They don't deviate. Ain't nobody going. That's some white boys that do that, but ain't nobody for the most part is going on another side of the planet because number one, it's economically not viable to do it for that purpose. I mean, how many black men? Like, seriously though, it's environment. Pastors, pope, priests, environment. And you don't need to research the shit. Anybody that's ever been sick or said, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this on Discovery or whatever, Netflix, that's the commonality. So, I mean, you got niggas that are liars. They knowingly lie or they tell truths and weave in the bullshit. And because they not questioning your shit, like you know, a lot of people, I used to defend this, but a lot of people used to say Jason Black runs a cult. And even though I still don't agree with that, a lot of people that actually don't question, I've always questioned shit he say when it don't make sense. Because I've always been a take it, chew the meat, spit out the bones type of dude. But a lot of folks that listen to Jason Black, y'all are probably high risk for being in a cult. Because honestly, there's a lot of shit he says is obviously, if you know how to catch it. And it's just, I can passively catch it. But whatever. But my point is, a lot of y'all, whatever. But my point is this. That's the commonality. So, passport bro, so you got some black men that are in their 20s and 30s, or dudes that have been married, that choose to deal with women, that choose to go overseas for whatever reason, and you want to call them predators. You sound like a whole bitch. And I'm like, yo, if you really want to say that, let's just fuck it. Say any black man that dates outside his race is a predator. But you won't have enough nuts to say that shit. Your balls ain't big enough to say that bullshit. Because you got a lot of motherfuckers that date outside their race, Don Peoples. They actually have supported you. Passport bros don't support your bottom line, so those black men, you ain't got a problem throwing under the fucking bus. And I'm gonna tell you, with a lot of these niggas, it comes down to money. And this is why the community ain't gonna get fixed, because these niggas, they are willing to throw honor. A lot of these niggas are not honorable. They don't have a sense of honor. They'll do what they need to do for they perceive. Having morals and having honor is really not the same thing, because niggas can manipulate morals to get away from honor. They really can. But my point is, and this is why I keep telling y'all, don't run from it. Run to it. The more these motherfuckers get, because at the end of the day, talking on YouTube is the only thing these motherfuckers are gonna do. These niggas ain't got no power. Y'all niggas have a better chance of worrying about the white man doing some Andrew Tate shit than worry about what some niggas are doing. And what have I always told you? I have told you that the passport bros and the travel black male community has the potential to surpass the black manosphere. Because of a lot of reasons. Marketing reasons, factor reasons. And so the reality is, run to it. Don't run away from it. Run to it. Because trust and believe, most of these niggas are losing influence. Just like how Jason Black would say whatever he needed to say about Kevin. That's what that is. And let him say it. I would love for Jason Black to create a documentary talk about how passport. See, he'll have to actually stand on that and substantiate his bullshit at that point with real money. So I ain't worried about what Jason Black is saying. That nigga talking about somebody's a predator. But the reality is Jason Black won't show his fucking face. And that's facts. When you start throwing out accusations like that and you ain't married and you ain't got kids, nigga, you got more of a profile of a predator than anybody. Nigga, you're like, what, 45? Nigga, you got that profile actually demographically to anybody. The only thing that probably takes it out is the fact that you black. And that's something the white dudes do more from a statistical standpoint. But with that being said, fuck that. I ain't worried about him. At the end of, but you know, that's why I don't even look at all his shit, because I'm getting tired of all little digs he takes for his fucking female fucking bitch ass audience. But because that ain't stopping shit. At the end of the motherfucking day, the shit is still gonna roll, and these niggas don't look goofy calling motherfuckers predators. You're a predator. You're when niggas ain't got nothing legitimate to say, that's what they say. When black men, you notice how when black men, excuse me, have lost the. Hold on one second. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm glad you brought that shit up with Jason Black. And a lot of y'all, again, I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna say it again. Stop fucking telling me what somebody said. Y'all need to start. Y'all need to start screen recording that shit so we can have audio. Stop telling me what somebody said and actually get the fucking audio. Or at the very least, if you can't do that, learn how to screenshot on your phone or download an app to do a screenshot. That way, I can get the timestamp and go where that was said and get it myself. Y'all, so stop telling me what somebody said and start giving me the actual footage or at least the timestamp where I can get it myself. With Jason Black, you really need the video recorded because, or audio casted, because when you, because he'll lock some of his videos up, that way we have it. But anyway, because Lord knows I can take that and then distribute that to a lot of folks that like doing stitches on that. We can make Jason real famous. If Jason want to get subscriber count, if y'all really want to have that fight, motherfuckers can have that fight. A lot of these dudes that travel have kids and were married. Jason can't say that. So real talk, like, but these are the motherfuckers he trying to call predators. But this trend, this goes into what another thing I really wanted to talk about, which is why this happens. I'm glad you brought that up. Why, this is what the Discord is for too, by the way. That's what the, you know what, I need, that's what that Edward Anderson request is really for too. That's what y'all really need to be doing on that Edward Anderson request. But like real talk, what time is it? Yeah, okay. Real talk. The reason why this is, I want to close the video out with this, and like I said, we're at 30 minutes. I don't want to make this an hour. I want to close this video with this. Why is this important? Why are they doing this? Before I go into it, y'all put down, and why do you think they're doing this? Y'all put it down. No, it's not because of Austin. Austin ain't really going through no situation. No, it ain't a situation yet. Austin's just dealing with a fucking black Brazilian bitch that wants to try to do some shit. As far as I'm concerned, that shit is clout chasing. Because the easy answer I got is If it was a white dude doing the same thing, she would have nothing to say about it. It's, I believe, 70,000 whites in Brazil. And they ain't got nothing to say about any of the goofy ass shit that they do. So that's always gonna be my first thing. Have you spoken out on shit white folks have done? Because at the end of the day, Austin is not slutting out Brazilian women. Austin's doing interviews in Brazil. And the truth is, this feminist bitch, and yes, that is what you are. You want to sit here and talk about what Austin's doing. The reality is your country is known. That's what your country, that's if you ask people what's the top things that you know about Brazil, if you're dealing with somebody that's somewhat intelligent, they'll bring up the Amazon. But most of it is the women. That's what y'all projected out there. So shut the fuck up. Y'all keep saying, like, understand something, and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be very clear here. Anybody, I'm putting this on the list. Anybody that says that niggas are bringing too much attention or niggas are doing too much, y'all are getting blocked or you're losing your range. I'm just saying that. That's a no-go on my channel. Because I'm going to keep it real. It's very rare that, like, y'all, when y'all say that, what y'all are essentially saying is, I'm scared. That's what y'all are saying. I'm afraid of what somebody else's opinion is. Austin is not doing nothing, fucking nigga. MT did that when he was building his channel, interviewing folks. Go look at Master Teacher's channel earlier on. Go look at his channel earlier on. He was doing interviews. Since when did fucking interviews become too much? So no, that's no longer allowed to be said on my shit. That's no longer allowed to be said on my shit. Cause y'all like, you doing too much. You doing this. So hold on, you know what? Y'all still haven't answered the question, but I'm gonna put this in court. So explain to me, hold on, you know what? We'll do this. We're gonna put that statement in court. So before I render, I'm gonna back it up. Before I render that's no longer gonna be said. How about this? Y'all explain to me what quote unquote too much is. Put it in the chat. When y'all say doing too much, what do you mean? And I still got my first question. Is y'all haven't answered. Explain to me what too much is. What do you mean when you say doing too much? So we'll do Ed Court. I need to know the definition of what doing too much is, because this is when black people start talking in vague speak. He doing too much. That's a feeling. That's why I'm asking for that to be explained to me as to what that is. Black people gotta stop talking in feelings. Men do it too. Shout out to Uncle Stu for the $5. Yeah, I'll be ready by then. I'm already setting up what uploads I want to do. I gotta talk to him, Red Supreme. It's a Bernard. Bernard's growing like gangbusters, yo. I'll probably get Bernard last. The truth is, black understand. See, this is the thing. Y'all been in this space for X amount of time. And yet, it's like y'all don't understand that anytime a black man shows that he is happy, that's too much in the eyes of most people. That's too much. Like, y'all have paid. Look, I'm not asking this to be an asshole. Look, I know I'm subscribed to Austin. He was kind of vague in that 8-minute video. I didn't watch that stream, and he took that stream down. So I'm asking y'all, did he probably watch the stream, watch the video, and are more aware of the situation? What is Austin doing? What is the feminist accusing him of? I've heard the feminists say that he's basically slutting out, making Brazil look like sluts, which is a lie. That's not true. But my question is, do y'all know something that's more than that? And now everybody is running away. See, whenever you ask somebody a real question, shout out to Ernest. People a real question. Now people want to act like they don't know how to talk now. Man, I was just saying some shit. Well, in my channel, we don't just say shit. We say shit that is substantiated. Don't say it if you can't back it up. And I'm not saying that to be stupid. I'm just like, for real. It's like, we don't say shit because to me, that's spam. That's like y'all just say it like for real. Because at any moment I could ask a follow-up. And I'm not asking a follow-up because I'm trying to put somebody on blast. I really want to know what is too much. And by the way, it's not personal. I've heard this. I've heard this from a couple of people now, and I've heard this on Twitter. So what is the too much? That's all I want to know. Oh, you got lucky. You got so lucky. I mean, where's the too much? And see, this is where people get go. I'm like, yo, I'm just asking a question. Ain't nobody on trial here. Where's the too much? I mean, I really legit want to know because I'm hearing that too much. I'm hearing that way too much. Where's the and the answer for my first question is the first question was, why are they doing this? The reason that they're doing this, what, let me ask you this question just for that. Why are they doing what they're doing with Andrew Tate? Because Andrew, a lot of the charges he's already been investigated for. And my thing is, I want y'all to think about something. I want y'all to think about, why would somebody that's sex trafficking, why would he put himself on social media? Why would he put himself on social media? Why would somebody that's sex trafficking build a profile that large? Especially when Andrew Tate does not need social media, they never needed social media to make money. And I'm talking about legitimate money. What you saying? Shout out to James Wingate with the $2. Ed is up early Friday morning, time to work. No, man, I'm just up because I was chilling all day yesterday. Trust me, I'll be going to sleep. Appreciate it. No, it's the reason they're doing it. The reason they're doing what they're doing to Tate, because you got to think about it. And this is how you know. I'm like, you might as well not even put this in conspiracy theory at this point. They're having re-education programs in the UK and shit like that because they're trying to keep other men from being like Tate. They're trying to keep it from it being a domino effect because they know when people rally around people. This is why they're trying to call him a sex trafficker, call him every name in the book. He hates women, even though his brother, who Tate loves his brother extremely dearly, right? See the relationship they have. His brother has a niece. They have literally asked Andrew Tate, what would he do if he had a daughter? He said all he would care about is his daughter being happy. And you've heard what Tristan has said. Yet, and the reason why they're not going for Tristan as hard as Tate is because Tristan isn't quite up there with the influence thing. They're trying to keep other men from going the same path, or asking the same questions. Same thing with black men and passport bros or the black man syndrome. They are trying to keep black men from getting a passport. That is the purpose. They don't want you to do that because in their minds, they know if black men are done, the community is done for real. Unhide, dude, I didn't hide nobody. I mean, who did that? I didn't do that. And he's not hidden. His mess was removed, but he didn't say nothing anyway. Shout out to Captain Cisco. There's a disturbance in the force, and he has blue hair. I mean, ain't nothing. Hey, look, man. I don't know why y'all saying that. Look, from what, and I want to say something. I'll give Angry Man ran a very strong conversation with Destiny. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm definitely glad. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the conversation. You know, Angry Man is now over 300. Hopefully these dumbass motherfuckers is looking at all his shorts can actually go to the live show, because the live show is 10 times better than the shorts. I mean, it's funny because Angry Man is doing something very simple with the shorts. And it's amazing how that works versus all the other shit. It's amazing how that works. But maybe he needs to advertise the live show, like do it like a post or something. Gotcha, bitch. So that's what it is. Their job, their mission is to keep other black men from doing the same shit. That is their mission. That is their mission. That is their job. That is their job. That is their goal. That is the job. That everything comes back to that choke point. That common denominator. How can we shame and get other niggas to not want to be associated with these niggas? How do we make it so people don't want to be associated with Andrew Tate? We call him a sex trafficker. We call him everything in the book. We basically keep folks from wanting to interview him because they tried to ban him for everything. Now they're trying to low-key set it up to where they can punish other people socially just by having them on. What else do you do? With passport bros, what are the women doing? They're trying to say you're predators. You're preying on women. You're fucking children. They're just saying shit. And then you got dudes that are getting visibly emotionally upset. Okay, let me deal with this dumbass. Hold on one second. We got you. You tried to. You needed all of that. We must defeat, dude. Hey, no, that like y'all got to get out of that Warren bullshit. Y'all got to get out of that. There's nothing to defeat. At the end of the day, Destiny is doing Angry Man a hell of a favor. Understand, Destiny could have said, fuck you niggas, and didn't do shit. That's what he could have did. He didn't have to talk to Angry Man. I don't know why y'all don't understand that. He did not have to talk to him. Oh, so that's how you want to do it. That's okay. Like, y'all not thinking, that's all right. You had to resort to that bullshit. That won't work. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to be better than that. We've been in this space too long to be doing the petty childish. Oh, he gay. Oh, his name is Destiny. Oh, I don't like him because he a feminist. That don't mean shit, nigga. It ain't nothing your ass is gonna do that's gonna stop motherfuckers that support him from supporting him. I don't know why y'all have this thing. I don't know why y'all have this thing in you that you think ain't nobody like he's gonna still be who he is. Bitch. What you got to say? Yeah. The Donald Trump got your ass whooped. Doing all that hoe shit. Beat your ass like 3 times in a row. Anyway, so like I was saying, shout out to Alonzo. Make sure y'all support him. I mean, for real. Let's really keep this one. Let's be 100. Destined, like, because you know how this is the main thing a lot of y'all be complaining about. Pearl, the low-key gay people access to her platform when folks she didn't get no help when she was in the United States. That just ripped. See, this is the funny thing. You got motherfuckers bitching and crying, but at the end of the day, the white folks are the ones that's actually giving you shine. So what does that say? Now, you got niggas that be giving bitches shine, but you got dudes like for real. It ain't like MTR did. Like, I'm just calling it what it is. It ain't like MTR has done hell. Like fucking Chantel did a collab with Game Changer like a month ago. It ain't like MTR and all these big ass niggas are reaching back. For the most part, let's call it is. You got the non-ADOS motherfuckers and Fresh and Fit to do it every once in a while. You got the chicks doing it, and you got the white folks doing it. Everybody reaching back but the heterosexual niggas. And so before anybody speaks to want to speak on a bitch or speak on a non-ADOS motherfucker or speak on a fucking white motherfucker, why don't y'all speak on these motherfuckers that ain't reaching the fuck back? The motherfuckers that act like they don't want to be associated with your ass at all. And I'm not jumping on Captain Cisco. I'm just saying in general. Think. Now, my thing is, going back to the white boy, ain't nothing you gonna do that's gonna fuck his shit up. So I don't understand why you think he needs to be defeated, he needs to be roasted, he needs to be, what? That's not gonna happen anyway. The thing is, you present your argument and you present it strong. That's it. And then if you dismantle his, you just so be it. So my point is, he didn't have to go on Bernard's shit. Bernard's shit wasn't gonna go viral. Bernard is growing, but his long form content typically don't go past. I mean, let's check. Let's check. Shit. I mean, I'm talking about his long form content. I mean, let's fucking check. Hold on, it's taking too long. Yeah, I got to go to sleep too because I'm up. I didn't intend to be up this late. The biggest live video Bernard has, and see now y'all gonna get me up to an hour. Bernard had 41K for the What Did You Expect for the Kevin Samuels and Tasha K, 32 for Kendra G Won't Accept Defeat. So again, like his top 3 lives, or Kevin Samuels his top 3 lives, and then Derek Jackson is 4, one with Alan Roger Curry is 5, 6 is Alan Roger Curry, 7 is Kevin Samuels, 10 is Derek Jackson, 13 is Kevin Samuels, 14 and 15 is Kevin Samuels. And those are just at 10,000. And I'm not hating on him. He doing better than my black ass. But what I'm saying is, hold on one second. What I'm saying is his lives. It ain't like his live. The Destiny one probably was one is his Destiny one was probably the one that had the biggest potential to go live. So my point is, shit. Damn. My point is that, and if you look at it, you know, you got, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, so his lives typically never go over 20, and that's good. Those are good. I'm not hating on none. I'm just saying. So my thing is, it ain't like that's what it is. So my point is, a dude like that, Destiny has what, like 6, Destiny has like 600,000 subscribers, and then that helps legitimize Bernard in the algorithm more so than he already is. That's a gateway to potentially talking to, you know, it's a lot of stuff that can happen that he's put investment in his shit. So that's great for him. And then the way Angry Man came, let's just keep it real. Angry Man came on there really talking shit. And Destiny didn't have to talk to him. He could have said, fuck that motherfucker. He did. A lot of people would. A lot of bigger creators that are black would. And he did it. He said, whatever it is, what it is. He's and he talked to him. That fucking. I mean, that's how y'all gotta start thinking. This is why, cause niggas keep getting mad that they not growing. This is bullshit. And then wonder why the same shit is the same shit. Myron's not used. Myron's used to talking to bimbos. Myron's not used to talking to somebody that can actually put two sentences together. So he's probably out of practice with somebody that can actually debate him. So that's the problem. But the truth is, no black dude could have came up there looking like how he looked. All right. I'm getting this shit. This is getting on my nerves. I mean, you could say that, but at the end of the day, just him doing that and not wilding out is important. Because then other people ain't gonna want to talk to him, his ass. All right, hold on one second. Oh, God. You got my streak. I'm not debating. Like, I don't know. Like, again, y'all niggas, like, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm not here for y'all reality show shit. I'm not. I don't understand why y'all out here thinking that that's what I'm here for. That that's what I want to. This ain't the fuck y'all and fuck the Rumble. That's not what I'm here for. Is that reality show bullshit where y'all just hearing motherfuckers debate. Nigga, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Number one, the people that need to debate him are the people that are bigger creators anyway, because those are going to be the ones that's going to get the majority traction. Real talk. And quiet as it's kept, there's some black folks that actually listen to him that don't listen to us. So, you know, the next motherfucker is FD Signifier. But this thing about everybody, y'all be wanting motherfuckers, yeah, man, cook them. No, that doesn't matter. Nigga, wiping the floor with that motherfucker does not eliminate feminism. Y'all doing the same shit that I've been talking about. Y'all want, what you think? Motherfuckers gonna be scared to be black feminists or male feminists? That's another thing too. If he's 32, he's really more talking through the zillennials and what they're dealing with. So I mean, cooking motherfuckers don't matter. Cause if you can cook motherfuckers, that don't mean shit if people just don't want to talk to you. Why you think FD Signifier don't want to talk to nobody? FD Signifier don't even want to fucking talk to Dr. Z Son Johnson. And you saying that they ducking don't mean shit on YouTube. So folks gotta be smart. So like I said, dude didn't have to show up. So I give people credit for doing that. But anyway, yo, we've talked enough. But like I said, at the end, the reason why these motherfuckers are doing this is because they trying to stop other people from doing the same thing. And at that being said, I'm out. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody support it.